Hey guys, Dr. Andy here. Today I want to get myself in a little bit of trouble. We are going to talk about the risk of sport specialization in youth athletes. Alright, so I am not here to admonish any of our parents out there who just want the best of us, who just want to go out and be able to cheer for their kid who's just maybe, let's say, an amazing pitcher, right? So what I mean by that, or what is sport specialization? That is when a youth athlete veers off and starts to spend more and more time playing only one sport. So we see more injuries with our youth athletes that, let's say, they're an incredible pitcher, right? Whether that's your softball or baseball. And especially for you parents, you want your kid to succeed. We want our kid to be good. And one of the best ways to do that is to practice that one sport a lot. And if they have a natural tendency towards being a great athlete or being a great pitcher, you do want to encourage that, right? So that's why I'm not blaming you as a parent for encouraging your son or your daughter to go out there and practice over and over and over again that pitching motion. The problem with that is that's not how the human body develops. When I was a kid, I played soccer in the fall, basketball in the winter, baseball in the spring, and I know I played a whole bunch of other sports at home with the kids out in my front lawn, right, all through the summer. So what that means is that we got to practice many different complex sport movements all throughout the year. And what we are seeing nowadays with a sport specialization is all of these youth athletes, whether that's, let's pick anywhere from 10 or 11 years old all the way through, about 17, 18 years old, where they have abandoned that. All they've been playing for the last 7 or 8 years is only one sport. And what that means is that they are only practicing one specific movement. And unfortunately, that's just not how the body develops. That is a risk factor for a specific type of injury, and that type of an injury is called a repetitive stress injury, right? It's the same as if I'm talking to a desk worker and it's a receptionist that only ever picks up the phone sitting on the right side of their desk and they're constantly going like this all day, right? That's no different, and that's going to create a repetitive stress injury, no different from our son or our daughter going out there and going through that throwing motion over and over and over again. So on one hand, we want to encourage our kids to get great at a sport, right? We want to see our kids succeed. We want them to be awesome at something, but we need to make sure that we vary that movement pattern in the same way that if I have a receptionist in my office, I'm going to tell them to every other day you need to change the position of your phone. You need to move the phone from the right side to the left side. That way you can constantly change. Or it's the same way with my desk workers that I tell them, sit for a little while, stand for a little while, kneel for a little while. That constant variation is what's going to save that musculoskeletal system, right? So for our parents and our youth athletes, I'm not here to admonish you, and I'm not here to tell you stop playing baseball if you're an awesome pitcher, right? But I am going to really tell you and recommend that you take a step back, consider the implications of a repetitive stress injury on your kid by having them only specialize in one sport, or God, even worse, one position like a quarterback or a pitcher, and never gets to practice any other kind of movement. That's just as dangerous, to the developing musculoskeletal system as someone who is sitting in a chair all day long, right? So we are seeing lots of injuries with our young athletes because of sport specialization. So what I'm encouraging you to do is not to back away, but to make sure that you throw in other sports, right? Just like as I was just saying, how every season I played something different. Sure, I still want you to go out there, I still want you to throw that baseball, but you will be a better athlete. Overall, your skeletal system, your musculoskeletal system is going to develop better and more fully and more robust and more comprehensive and more balanced if you are practicing other sports outside of your main sports, season, right? So if you are predominantly pitcher, I want you to go play soccer in the spring, all right? It will actually make you a better athlete in the long run, okay? Hopefully none of this is striking you guys wrong. I just want to make sure that our youth athletes are setting themselves up for a healthy, long career playing sports. All right. If you have any questions, send them my way, and always remember to live with passion, not pain.